going on with this? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How is everybody? Happy Sunday. It's time to get real. Are you ready? I know you're ready. So, you guys, it's so funny. Today we're talking about me eating a half gallon of ice cream because I think that seems to, I'm not sure if the word is amaze or amuse people. I'm not sure. So, last night I posted a picture, and it was a picture of a half gallon of ice cream, cherry cordial, cherry amaretto cherry cordial, or something like that, and a glass of wine and the TV remote. And it said something, this is real life, implying that that's what I was eating, which, I mean, it wasn't an implication. That's exactly what was happening. And I posted that. Immediately I'm getting comments and likes and hugs and like one right after the other after the other. The most interaction on a post I've had in a while. And it got me to thinking back to my Weight Watcher days when I would go in to the meeting, and the best meetings were always the ones where I would tell people how badly I had overeaten the night before, the day before, the week before, or screwed up in some way. And I would have members coming up to me after the meeting saying, I that's just can't believe that you do that too. That's just so real. I can't believe you're sharing that. And that's how I got this reputation for being quote unquote real, okay, which is I guess sort of where some some of the reason that this is called Real Life with Dawn Lefevre. And it never ceases to amaze me how much you all love seeing me F up. How much you love seeing the fact that I am, eating the ice cream or not doing the workouts or just like slacking in any way. And being human, being real. I had one person in particular comment on the picture yesterday, and if you haven't seen the picture, it's not, I mean, it's just exactly what I described to you. It's nothing special. But uh, she said, wow, I didn't think that ever happened to you. Something to that effect. Forgive me if it's not the exact quote. My first thought was, first of all, it didn't just happen to me. I went out of my way to make that happen. I had to get up out of the chair, which I had been sitting in for hours. I had to go and get the ice cream from the freezer, and I like it a little melted. So I put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds. Then I had to pour the wine. Then I had to bring it to the chair. Then I had to take the picture of it, and then I posted it. And that was an afterthought. I'm thinking, well, I'm going to do this. People need to know that I do this too. Because what I think it is that people don't understand that when you seem to have it all together, when you've achieved something that they want to achieve, they think that you're perfect. They think, or not that you're perfect, but that you do things perfectly. And what they see most often is what you do all the time. And I'm here to assure you that that is not at all the case, okay? It is never about all or nothing, ever. It's never all or nothing. It doesn't matter if you're talking, you know, um, eating, exercise, saving money, all this. It's never all or nothing, ever. And so you have to realize that strong people are sometimes weak. You have to realize happy people are sometimes sad. Extroverts are sometimes introverts. And so I have been labeled, let's say that. I've been labeled an extrovert. That is not how I think about myself at all. I do not think of myself as an extrovert. I can function well in a crowd. I function well in front of a group of people. I function well in front of, a computer screen. I function well being extroverted. but I do not think of myself as an extrovert. I don't go seeking out social occasions. I don't go seeking out big groups of people. I don't go seeking that out. I have sometimes I have a need for that, which was typically fulfilled with coaching or something like that. And once I'm done, I want to go home and be alone. All right. So I feel like I'm more of like an extroverted introvert. So, but extroverts or people that seem as though they're extroverts are sometimes introverts. They just want to be alone. Okay. Exciting people are sometimes boring. Cat people sometimes like dogs. Organized people are sometimes messy. Good people sometimes do bad things. Generous people are sometimes super stingy. Book people sometimes watch TV. Kind people sometimes are rude. Social people are sometimes want solitude. Creative people are sometimes uncreative. Okay. Energetic people sometimes are lazy. Healthy people sometimes eat ice cream right from the container. So you need to know that if that's what you're striving for, you will never get it. Okay? You will never get it. That you will never not be something that you don't want to be. If that makes sense. You are going to struggle at times. You're never going to have it all together. The cover that you see is not always what, the pages read on the inside. And that everybody, every single person out there is human, okay? And it's never all or nothing. But I think what you also need to realize is that you can be both. But what you saw last night, what happened last night? Oh, and let me tell you, not only what did I eat the ice cream and drink the wine, and it wasn't a full bottle of wine, but it was close. And I also ate Sun Chips, which were gone. So, and I'd already thrown the bag out, and I wasn't digging it out of the garbage because I didn't feel like getting up. I ordered pizza. I was home alone, and I ordered pizza, and it was gluten free, and it was small, and I only ordered one. But I ordered the pizza, and I sat there in the chair after I'd eaten the ice cream and the wine, and ate the freaking pizza. And it was amazing. I'm telling you, it's exactly what I needed last night. I'm not an advocate for using food and beverage as a cure for your ailments. That's called emotional eating. But let me tell you, it worked last night and it felt good. And that was the exception, not the rule. In my life, that's the exception, not the rule. And for most of us, when you see something like that, when you see me or somebody else that you think never does that, do something like that, you think, oh my gosh, that's their rule too? No, that's the exception. That it's quite exceptional, or with exception, that happens. That I don't actually, number one, I don't usually feel as though that's necessary. It's not something I need all the time. And number two, I don't typically allow myself to do that. It's not, I know that it will be a crappy feeling afterwards and I'll feel guilty. But when I make it happen, it didn't happen to me. When I make it happen, I accept it and I move on from it because it was a moment. It was one time. I woke up this morning. I did not have, pancakes and waffles for breakfast. I got up. I got all my quote unquote chores done. I got the garbage out. I got all my luncheon, everything packed for tomorrow. I cooked chicken. I made a really awesome egg bake with broccoli and spinach and peppers and onions, and I had that for breakfast. And went and worked out with my friends, and I feel great. I'm not living in the moment last night. Last night was a moment. It was the exception. I enjoyed it, but that isn't what I want to do again today. Because if I do, guess what? Yeah, then I will get fat, which is also, I don't want that. And so when you have to know that sometimes people out there are just going to have sucky moments and do things that maybe you wouldn't expect them to do, but that's not the way they live their life overall. It's not the way they live their life in general, and it's something that they've learned to manage. So don't think that, I always have to use weight loss because it's just the easiest and most, and the example that hits home the most for me. When you're trying to lose weight, you will have bad moments. Even after you've lost the weight, you're going to have these little, exceptions to the rule of what you've created your life to be. And you'll have weaknesses, and you'll be lazy and sloppy and, not want to do anything and all of that. But you're even going to have those after you've had your weight off for 25 years, like I have. Everybody does that. I used to think, think about when you see somebody eat and they're a thin person or somebody at a healthy weight, and you're thinking, oh my God, I can't believe they're eating fries. How do they get to eat fries? And I can't even eat fries, and I gained 12 pounds just looking at a fry. Well, it's probably the first time they had fries in 12 years, or, maybe a year. If they didn't eat fries yesterday like you did. So that's how they can eat those fries, because those are the fries you're seeing them eat are the only fries that they eat. They're not shoving them in their face after they go through the drive-through at midnight, okay? Because they had a bad day or they just feel like having more fries. I mean, that's just not their rule, okay? So I've also seen people who are very overweight, like extremely overweight, like obese, not eat a single thing, nothing. They eat nothing. But just because you don't see them eat, do you think they don't eat? Well, of course they eat. Of course they eat. You see, unfortunately, they wear that problem all over. And of course of course they eat. So just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. All right. Um, just because I don't post pictures like that all the time doesn't mean it doesn't happen. All right. That won't happen again for a while. It was a moment. Moving on. The exception, not the rule. Okay. So I guess I'm hoping that you understand that just because you have those moments, if that's not your rule, okay, if it's not something you do all the time, that doesn't mean that you're a bad person and that it's not okay and it's going to set you back or anything like that. Roll with it. Okay, I think we've talked about that before. Roll with it. Live your life by rules, but occasionally there's going to be an exception. Okay, so I will continue to disclose and exploit and celebrate my exceptional ice cream moments with you, because I think it helps, and I think you need to know that you're not alone. Every single person does it. Okay, they just don't do it over and over. So I hope you can understand that. I hope you get something out of that. I hope you enjoy the rest of this day. I'm going to go visit with some family, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace. Have a great day.